Hey everybody, the Great Pigman 679 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Last time we rescued Dimitri from his... falling into a trap of Cornelia, self-imprisonment, actually, in all fairness, he kinda just went there, possibly knowing it was a trap, just not knowing full well that he was actually... I can just... I can articulate words, I swear. But, Dimitri fell for a trap, we rescued him, and now we got him back, and now we need to deal with, like... getting all the fuck out of the way to two spaces over. Also, now I get paralogs, Jesus Christ. But yeah, like, we need to get all the way over here. There's 6 battles, 7 was paralog, so that's gonna be... That's gonna be something once I get that, once I get that. I'll try to handle, like, the paralogs, at least as a midway point for break. I'll just handle the paralog battle whenever I can. I can never be too sure of the placement, because I need to do those anyways before the big chapter battle, and I just kinda can't out doing so at some point, like whether I do it like as we're doing everything in here, or just as we're doing main battles, or somewhere in between. I can't even tell. It'll be done whatever. Anyways, time to talk.
Perfect.
I don't believe my father showed up. I guess he's somewhat reliable after all. He's not the type to suddenly spring into action, but I imagine he couldn't let things stand as they were. I mean, Cornelia was used to spread false information, which put his majesty in danger. I can't say I'm surprised. I am having a hard time staying in the kingdom so long. The cold is wearing me down. How are the people from the kingdom alright? I wonder if they are having any advice for enduring the cold. I'm sure they've gotten used to it. Otherwise they never would have started here.
Interesting.
I was hearing that the kingdom was made when they went against the Empire. I am thinking they did not have a choice. Your deftness with a spear is truly a sight to behold. I imagine your teacher must have had a considerable skill.
Right.
Yes, I actually known from my family. Those castle and a friend who passed away. Oh, is that so? How impressive! I would certainly like to be as adept with the spear as you.
What say you?
Well, and I could teach you if you like. I'm sure you could master it quickly. I wouldn't go so far as to say it would make them happy, but at the very least, I would be glad if my skills could be of some use to someone else. The most powerful general in all the Empire is the Minister of Military Affairs, Count Berkeley's, and the mightiest in all the Alliance is Lord Holt of House Gonwell. And the Minister of Military Affairs is in command on the Eastern Front. I wonder if those two ended up duking it out. If they did, I wonder what kind of fight it was. Now that's a ball I'd want to find Wolf Seat to. Now it's not time to be commenting on like current enemy affairs, even though like possible. Well, I don't know. Baron Dominic is in a precarious position. Speaking with my brother will be no simple matter. That's true, even if he wanted to help us. He can't risk doing anything like that so long as the other Western nobles have power. Our only option is to steadily gain control and cut down the West's military forces.
Let's give it our all.
I believe in you, father. I'm certain Uncle Dominic will listen if you can make your way to him. And yet he's not a playable character in here, but is a playable character in the original. What's this continuity? The commotion in the capital has subsided for now, and now we've got some good news for Lady Rhea. Oh, speaking of good news, my former partner has officially signed on to help us. We're going to be an episode in Orient World. Can't wait to see you again. This is she's just getting real fucking expensive for all of these characters, Jesus Christ. Like, anyway, how the fuck are you supposed to keep your money applied on literally this thing alone?
Daily studies.
That's gonna take like at least multiple playthroughs or multiple replays of a stage just to even try and get all those things done. Jeez.
You look well today. I see.
What a great release to have Dimitri back safe and sound. I've also noticed that something about him has changed. I would not necessarily say that he is cheerful, but something in his countenance appears more at ease. Perhaps his friends encouraged him, and that made him feel better. I would like to make more friends myself. Glad to say you're back in some solitary house of sorts. I guess, is this even solitary?
How about it?
Doesn't all this moving around make you lose track of where we are, Shez? Especially since we've been rushing around all these places that look practically the same. I'm not even sure if we're in the kingdom anymore. Yeah, get done right here, yada yada. I'm glad that dialogue in particular has been changed to like, oh, not we're technically not in the Empire, so I gotta say the kingdom. Whoop-de-doo.
You have my
Alright,
gratitude.
but these things are in order. Your aid in Furiad was invaluable. We could not have rescued His Majesty alone, not even if we staked our lives on the fight. Yeah, I suppose. I'm just gonna remain in time. You all can be pretty reckless, you know?
That's a choice.
I'm afraid I have no excuse. I apologize for trouble. Now, let us all work together from here on out and move quickly to subdue the rest. I suppose this kind of is an ironic twist on characters being picked for the game, this game in particular, not gonna lie, because, you know, Gustav was playable in Free Houses, and, you know, Rodrigo was, I think it was an ally for, like, one fight in particular, but after that, he pretty much just, like, bites the dust, though. At least that's how I vaguely recall it. I could be entirely wrong on that.
Hello there.
Felix, I wish to speak with you about the part of the Tusker Vanguard that's being sent to House Fardarius. Do your soldiers have any complaints? I imagine you have thoughts as well. Some might be dissatisfied, but I don't care if they are. I value a warrior's ability to fight. Things like real fun don't matter to me. And to that end, there are many competent fighters among the Tusker soldiers. They all have high morale. They make for good training partners, and we can learn a great deal from their techniques, and...
Hey there.
What, you got a problem? Speak up! Not at all. I was just thinking that His Majesty must find it reassuring to have a confidant like you. Huh? Well, I didn't expect to hear that. Whatever. You're free to say what you want. For a moment, I thought he was speaking to me. I was like, wait, what? I'm literally just trying to hear conversations here. I am relieved to have cleared out that matter in the warrior capital, and it appears the city sustained much less damage than we feared. It's a pity we cannot detain that temptress Cornelia, though. One day, her presence may plunge Fargus into chaos. No, perhaps all of Fodlan, even. Now, save that for, like, those who serve in the dark. There was. What is it, Dimitri?
No.
Well, in truth, I spent much of last night getting firmly scolded by Felix. Once he got started, he would not stop. We ended up talking through the night, much like the old days. In the end, Dudu came into the tent and began arguing with Felix. I'm not even sure as well. What might even benefit like some supports. I know things have been awkward between you two for a while. I'm glad you were able to reconcile. Thank you. I am as well. In any case, I am truly sorry about bullying you. What a feckless man I am, ever toiling to no avail.
I wonder.
I promise, I will walk alongside everyone else moving forward. Also, I saw that support option, so I can clearly advance to him in his support dialogue now. A reminder, what? Wait, can I miss him again? So I thought this. That's a B rank to do. I doubt it's gonna get much progress on like the A rank, so it takes some time before we can keep the spawn. Freaking where? Do I need to go to part 2 for all of these other ones? Because it seems like I have to do so. I thought that the kingdom would have presented a more united front against the Empire. To be honest, I was quite surprised that such a disturbance would happen in the warrior capital. It's a good thing that the kingdom ended up as an Orient, I'll tell you that. If they hadn't, I'm sure the Empire would have marched far to kingdom territory by now. Much like in another timeline at this point. Now that I think about it, I haven't been to Western Fargus all that much. I moved away from the Empire, and I really had the opportunity to travel when I was with the church. I always thought I'd like to go there someday, but I confess this is not quite what I had in mind. Now I was worried for a while there, but how many days there wasn't much damage to the city. And we were able to rescue the guy iPhone as well. One of our shoulders.
Right on.
Totally. Now if we just do something about the West, all these provinces in the kingdom should settle down. Yeah, I have to wonder, what in the world is Cornelia playing at? I can think of a lot of reasons why the Western nobles would oppose His Majesty, but her? Nothing comes to mind. There's something unsettling about all this. I doubt this will happen, but maybe we could see Cleopas in her true form and not just a disguise as Cornelia? I don't know. Food for thinking, honestly.
So,
I thought she might not have been, but it turns out Cornelia was that same lady. As usual, she made a quick escape.
huh?
What do you mean? How do you know her? Oh, she's the one who caused me so much pain. But at this point, I don't really care. Dee Dee would take her down. Dee Dee. What a name for Dimitri. I was glad that's what she called him in Free Houses. And yeah, that's every conversation I have available aside for like regular NPCs, so after doing my typical thing, I will see you in the support conversations. Colonel Commander 3. Again, really could have done, like, Gotten like most of those achievements that like just go on base for Jesus
This
Christ.
is one of...
No, of course I can't do anything with hard read because okay, freaking phenomenal. These locks support are getting the best of me, I swear to God.
Oh, you're awake. Don't worry, it's only been a few hours.
What happened? The last I remember, I was training some of our new recruits.
You got hit by some stray magic. Pretty hard, too.
Yes, that's right. How could I have let my guard fall so carelessly?
Probably the exhaustion. You usually sidestep stuff like that, no problem. Everybody was really worried about you, though. Dedu and Felix in particular didn't know what to do with themselves. Guess the silver lining is that it forced you to get some rest. If only for a few hours.
Apologies for causing such a disturbance. I'm fine now, I assure you.
Uh-huh, sure you are. I know you're just gonna get straight back to work if I leave you be. But hey, take a look around first.
The room is immaculate. Is this your handiwork?
Yep. Though we left anything that seemed like it would need your input. Figured we could at least take care of the small stuff while you were out, though. Oh, and everyone, and I mean everyone, thinks you should be taking more breaks.
I'm certainly grateful for the gesture. But how did you find time for this amidst your other responsibilities?
Very carefully.
It was easy once we split everything up. Felix, Dedu, and I wrapped up the training session in your stead. Then Rodrigue and Sylvain handled the rest of your paperwork. You might want to glance through it later, though. Ingrid tended to the horses, while Ash and Annette helped organize all your books. Oh, and Mercedes baked some wonderful treats for you. They'll have you back on your feet in no time. What else? What else? Oh, right. We sent some soldiers out to check on the nearby villages, too.
Incredible. I never expected you to do this much.
I don't even know what to say at this point. It's like, why do I have the option to do either of these? I'm not sure which one of the ways to support the battle. I mean, at the very least, I haven't yet, possibly, run into a negative support. Sheesh.
Well, the Blue Lions can be pretty dependable when we put our minds to it, huh? Maybe you can trust us a little more now that you've seen what we can do.
This isn't a matter of trust. I deeply depend on every single person in this army.
Then why didn't you tell anyone else about how you went and buried all those villagers? Everyone was stunned when I mentioned it to them. They want to hear about that stuff from your mouth, not mine.
Yes, My apologies.
If you're really sorry, then you won't let it happen again. Anyway, go get some more rest. And don't try to say you're not tired just so you can keep working.
I see I can't fool you. Though in truth, I doubt I'll be able to doze off again so soon after enjoying my first dreamless sleep in ages.
In that case, come kill some time with me. I'm sure the training grounds will be free by now.
Yes, that sounds lovely. And, thank you.
Yep, locked until I can deepen this at some point later in time, because I just can't fucking help but get all these locked conversations!
You must rest, Your Majesty. These late hours will only undermine your health.
I probably should have done this, honestly. This is a little contradiction to the last one.
I appreciate your concern, but I fear sleep eludes me after our last battle. No need to wait for me to do, or to worry. I'll rest when I find a suitable stopping point.
You said the same the other day, then worked until the break of dawn.
I should know better than to argue when you get like this. Very well. I'll rest once I know these documents contain no errors. And if you assist me, it will go all the faster.
This is written in the language of Dusker. Is it a letter to the leadership?
Yes. I'd asked their cooperation in investigating a number of matters pertaining to the tragedy of Dusker. Some interim reports arrived the other day, so I'm thanking them for those and requesting a further investigation into another matter.
I see. Such important tasks warrant daylight. Can this not wait until morning?
And what if I fall in battle tomorrow and the work remains forever unfinished? I must do all that I can while I still draw breath. I will uncover the truth of that day and exact revenge for the dead. I swear it. There's no time to waste. After all, It doesn't appear resolving this issue will be as simple as just setting all the perpetrators to meet their end.
All the more reason to rest and preserve your health.
My rest and health can wait. At least until I've looked through these inquiries into the Western Front. And I should put in some training before I sleep, to make up for all this desk work.
Do you still have nightmares of that day?
You remember then? I'm surprised. I've not mentioned them in years. I used to summon you to my room under the pretense of keeping you safe from the others in the castle. Then I'd have you listen to me babble until sleep finally claimed me.
I've always been grateful for the consideration you showed.
It was my own selfishness. Nothing praiseworthy.
Well, if sleep still evades you, I would be happy to lend an ear.
That would only succeed in exhausting us both. We have an early start tomorrow, so please, get some rest. I know you will once again implore me not to overextend myself. But I assure you that I know my own limits better than anyone.
At least let me bring tea before I depart.
That would be wonderful to do. And apologies for always putting you through so much trouble.
Damn it! Like, why can't I do it now? When are you gonna punish me for actually missing out on stuff like this? God damn it.
Oh, I love this! Thank you very much!
There are few things more extravagant than a home-cooked meal. Come back whenever you're hungry.
Let's go back in time for this small conversation.
Oh, Mercedes, did you go out?
Yes, I went to the town of Camulus to help the church.
I see. And how did you find it?
The townspeople seemed fine enough, but the clergy were very busy. As you know, lots of people fled to Fargus when the war started, and while a number of towns took in refugees, Camulus is particularly busy on that front.
In that case, I should send reinforcements and resources from the capital. I will speak with Lady Rhea about this presently.
Thank you, Dimitri. I'm sure the clergy will be pleased to hear it. I'm incredibly grateful to you for coming to the church's aid, you know. Most of those people would have ended up homeless if not for your actions.
As I recall, you fled from the Empire yourself at a rather young age.
Yes, and it was awful. We had nothing to eat and nowhere to shelter from the wind and rain. If not for the priest who helped us, I don't know what would have happened. Are you all right, Dimitri? You seem sad.
My apologies, Mercedes. But may I speak plainly?
You don't need my permission to do that, silly. What's troubling you?
I have been wondering for some time if accepting the Central Church was the correct decision. By giving them shelter, I have also given the Empire the perfect excuse for invasion.
You took them in because you thought it was the right thing to do. Isn't that so?
Yes. The Church of Seros is deeply entwined with the kingdom's history and politics. The crown's authority is granted by the Church, which also takes part in governing our villages. Were I to sunder that connection, nobles and commoners alike would be furious. The kingdom would be split anew, and chaos would reign.
That is a tough one. It seems like you're going to end up with a fight no matter what you do. Well, at the very least, I know the townspeople are grateful. But I also know it's not as simple as all that. I'm sorry. That probably didn't do much to help ease your concerns.
No. I should apologize for making you listen as I prattle on endlessly.
Oh, nonsense. If it helped you in any way, I'm glad to do it.
Well, I certainly do feel better. Thank you, Mercedes. And please know that I am here for you for whatever reason, no matter how small.
It's just gonna make. This is gonna take me even more work to try and catch up on this 5. Though already. Trying to word this out here. All the support's all gonna be like drastically different here and there. Just that's rough. That's just so brutal and rough-minded. Jesus Christ. And I would have to go back and like rewatch. One support conversation with Constance anyways, because Jesus Christ, the timing and that was just rude as fuck. At least on my Ricardo's end, not anything on the game's end.
Need something?
I have been noticing that you are going out of your way to be helping me. Even more than the others. Why is this?
You're a foreign queen. Neglecting you would reflect poorly on His Majesty.
You do not need to be worrying. I possess skill at adapting. Before, I was thinking Fargus was too cold. But now, I have become adapted to it.
Good.
But I am experiencing a problem. I still have struggles with the language of Fodlan. Perhaps you can be teaching me?
Me? Teach you the language?
Yes. I know the tongue of Dusker also has many differences from Fodlan's, but you speak as if this is your land of home.
You give me too much credit.
I am spending my days with native speakers just like you. And I am always studying with hardness, but you are still surpassing me in this language. How did you become this way?
His Majesty taught me. He felt it unproductive to communicate in broken sentences, so we spent years teaching each other.
An exchange of languages. That idea is a wonderful one. If Dimitri found success teaching you, maybe you can be doing the same for me. Do we have agreement?
Why me?
Literally, why? There could be, like, literally any other amount of people in this encampment of soldiers, I guess I was trying to phrase it correctly, to do so. Why me in particular?
You said that Dimitri is not wanting me to be neglected. Not being able to convey my feelings is giving me great sadness. It is making me feel frustration and loneliness.
Ah.
When I was first in Fodlan, I could not be saying anything in this language. Whenever Edelgard was speaking to me, I could only be staring back at her with big, confused eyes.
And stop staring at me with those big old eyes. Squint eyes.
Then I decided to be studying on my own. But the nobles were laughing and saying my words were ugly.
It was the same for me, but His Majesty was always close. If ever I struggled with a word, he would teach me.
But I was a hostage. I was without such a teacher. Until today. Now I am having you.
I suppose you do.
That was quite the sigh. What's the matter, Sylvain?
Oh, nothing. Well, except there's a guy in my unit who keeps acting up, and I'm not sure what to do.
You don't say.
I don't think I like the face you're making.
Let me ask, just to be sure. Is this mysterious troublemaker in fact you?
Hey, I've changed. I swear I have. But no, it's not me. It's one of my knights. He keeps walking around breaking stuff and getting into fights, and I'm spending all my time apologizing for it.
So you finally understand how I felt. You know, I never thought this day would come. You really have changed, Sylvain. Perhaps this warrants a celebration.
Dun, 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 dun.
Then you better bring your purse because I'm ordering 2 of everything. Seriously, Ingrid, you don't have to sound that impressed. With school suspended and the war raging, we've all had to adapt to changing circumstances. Felix and Dimitri both succeeded their fathers, and are now burning the candle at both ends, right? I can't go around causing trouble with unending scandals when I'm supposed to be the mature one of the bunch.
It is wonderful to see you turn a new leaf.
I told you to stop sounding so impressed. Ugh, I suppose I had this coming.
I am sorry, Sylvain. I was only teasing. Think of it as payback for everything you put me through. Still, not having to clean up after you has been a real weight lifted from my shoulders.
Yeah, I was a handful in my wild days, but looking back, I really appreciate everything you did for me.
In that case, you should make the change permanent so you never cause trouble for anyone again. Though, honestly, I do not really know what to do with myself now that I am not spending all my time apologizing for you. Frankly, I was convinced you were useless without me.
Sorry. Again.
Please, no. You gave me experience I'd never have gotten otherwise. If I were truly miserable, I would have abandoned you to the wolves long ago.
Jesus Christ, Ingrid.
Besides, it wasn't all bad. You were the one who finally coaxed me from my room after Glenn's death, remember?
Okay, I'm confused. Do you want me to go back to being a huge flirt, or...?
No.
Don't be ridiculous.
Figured.
As you said, we have all had to adapt to changing circumstances, which means we cannot cling to the past forever. You and I are no exception. It is merely a touch sad to come to the realization.
Ah, you're back. I heard you went to Fraldaria's territory?
Yes, I had a bit of business to take care of there. I forgot how long it had been.
What was it like to return?
It was always like a second home to me in a way. So being there brought memories flooding back. I found myself taking little detours everywhere, even though I knew I did not have time for such trifles.
And what impression did it give in its current state?
The region itself is quiet and peaceful, but lack of food has left the surrounding towns and villages in a precarious situation. It reminds me of when the people of Galatea territory fought over provisions during famine. If things keep on as they are, there could easily be an uprising.
Perhaps we should ask the refugees to cultivate the land. But that isn't my decision to make. Thank you, Ingrid. I will let Felix know your thoughts on the matter.
I would appreciate that. Oh, and it's not as if everything has changed for the worse. There were new shops around, and all of the roads were well maintained. It's surprising to see how much has changed over the years.
That's right. You used to visit multiple times a year, when Glenn was still alive.
I did. Yes, though I might never have visited again if I had not been presented with this opportunity. I am glad I decided to take it. Once this war is over, would you mind if I came to visit Fraldaria's land as I once did?
Not in the slightest. You can visit any time you like. I'm sure that Felix and the rest of my family would welcome you with open arms. We certainly owe you that much, considering all you've put up with from my sons.
Not at all. If anything, they put up with me. My brothers are both so much older than me, so Glenn and Felix were among my few friends growing up. Thinking back on it, I feel like I was always ordering Glenn around.
Well, if the time you two spent together helped you in even the smallest way, I am satisfied. And I know Glenn would be overjoyed.
Those days are irreplaceable to me. They will live in my heart forever.
Spoken like a true daughter of Count Galatea. You've grown strong, Ingrid.
Thank you for saying so. Still, I want to keep moving forward as best I can.
Yet it's good to acknowledge one's limits. People are allowed to show weakness, you know. Oh, look at me, talking your ear off, while you're still covered with dust from the road. My apologies.
No, I am grateful for the concern. Thank you.
There's no need for thanks. After all, you're like a daughter to me.
Dorothea! Dorothea!
Hello, Flame. What's got you in such a frenzy?
Is it true that you were a diva in Enbar? And that you were praised as having a mystical voice?
I hope I'm more than just my voice, but that's all essentially true, yes.
Then I would beg a boon of you. Would you give me a singing lesson?
Of course. But where is this coming from?
Well, you see, sometimes the soldiers all break out into song.
Those are the songs that's been going around lately. Something about 80% horse?
And when they do, I always find myself wanting to join in. Their voices hold such grand aplomb, but the only songs I know are dreadfully old. So, I had hoped that you might instruct me as to the popular songs of modern soldiers.
Is that so? Well, I'd be more than happy to help. In recent years, a new musical style has come into fashion. One involving challenging songs with many overlapping parts.
The song you freeze with the Black Midi songs. What the fuck's a Black Midi? Don't worry about it.
Why don't we start with a little vocal warm-up? Repeat after me.
Certainly, Professor Dorothea.
Oh, this would have long true if we were still in Free Horse, but this is Free Warriors. 3 warriors. Jesus Christ. 3 hopes. Jesus. I'm either certainly tired today, or I'm just certainly bored out of my mind, just trying to come up with some funny conversations midway through.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. My, I feel as if I have become quite good at singing. The power of song is certainly remarkable. It is as if I have been revitalized from the very core of my being.
I agree. Songs can be very empowering indeed.
And in some audios, it's very quite empowering to the point of acting like a fucking Johto stand.
In fact, I recently heard an old tale about how a song once ended a war.
Truly? I have never heard this tale. Would you mind regaling me with it?
Sadly, I don't know much more beyond that.
I'll do some digging, but the person I heard it from wasn't too familiar with the story. Try not to get your hopes up, okay?
Oh, I see. Perhaps my brother might.
Hmm?
Oh, it is nothing. Since you will be looking into it, I shall do a bit of digging as well. If I learn anything, I will be certain to tell you.
Is he suggesting your father knows about that? Right. Well, this is only gonna be more work for me of the future, and things that are just gonna be going off screen just to try and get back up to the next possible chapter. I'm hoping to at least do like the one chapter, because doing the full more is just like, oh, that's real extensive. Now, granted, I might be able to waste food if I was just like be in a Discord call with friends, just chilling and vibing to that degree, but you know, who knows? I'll certainly have to get back to hoping that I could. I just want the timeline where I essentially want no Mr. Poor conversations in a playthrough. Jesus Christ! So maybe I will just do just the one, just catch up on that other file in the meantime.
Nothing to
Greetings,
report.
Commander. Nothing to report. You know, there are some sacred sites for the Church of Sailors in the rest of the kingdom. There's the world's coast and they oh god, it's been a while since I've been to this place. I can't remember the pronunciation. Tutatates, I guess. I've never been to them though.
Sounds great.
I'd love to go on a little sacred sightseeing tour once all this fighting has died down. Maybe you can come with me. If you're not busy, I mean. Maybe when you're playing up a character. Well, unlocked, but you know what I mean. Troops are gathering in Prydaily territory to oppose the Kingdom Army, causing one of swoop and assert the upper hand.
Everyone, to arms! We fight for progress!
Onward to victory.
I'm sorry. We weren't strong enough.
And there's another one. Swoop.
I can still fight.
Thanks for pushing me that way.
Retreat!
That's just a lot of cavaliers, I'm just saying.
There is not a moment to waste.
No, you mean to see that the second A is gonna not be here within the next few seconds? You mean that's safe? Way ahead of the game, way ahead of you.
We must act now, before the worry sets in. Let us see what we can do.
Let's begin. It's time to move.
We will proceed as planned.
We'll have to take things from here.
What's up? Another cavalier. And another objective down. Thank you.
Retreat!
Going for it!
You could just not. You really could just not. You could just stop. Can't believe I had to waste the thing on you.
Can't fight like this. I'm bleeding all over the place.
That's not safe. Oh well, if we know more, I guess.
You can't let it end like this.
Get another thief.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
Oh.
I hope it was enough.
Sure. Oh.
This is all my fault.
Ah, okay, well, never mind. Swords can actually kill the rest of the enemies.
Looks like you got one tough fight on your hands.
That's changed. I always kind of love it. It's like, oh, you have to possibly defeat all of these enemies, but you only have to defeat a certain amount just to be able to, you know, change the mission objectives. It's, you know, so simple, really. Saves you a lot of time in the long run, especially if when we have to go back to, well, when I have to go back and do like a lot of things later. Oh, sorry. Did I miss him? No, he's right there. Okay, bye. Alright, that wasn't enough. I'll do it again.
Here it comes! Out of the way! You're done!
This victory will be the first step toward our new future.
I love sticking around my companions.
I have a message, Your Majesty. The Imperial Army has begun an assault on former Arendelle territory.
They've caught on to us.
And? How does Arendelle fare?
The force we sent to bolster their defenses still holds the castle, but they're under considerable pressure. They may not hold out much longer.
That bad, huh? Could they have planted spies in our midst at the fortress?
Even were that the case, this would be an odd turn of events. We left sizable reserves guarding both Aryan Road and Arendelle. Under those circumstances, Felix's unit alone would seem enough to keep the enemy at bay.
But this enemy marches under the flag of the Black Eagles. They appear to be the Emperor's personal battalion.
Edelgard's trying to seize Aryan Road personally?
The Emperor has panache, I'll give her that. It takes some real guts to confront the Kingdom and Alliance simultaneously. If you ask me, it feels like quite a roll of the dice for us to keep focusing on the West, while the Imperial threat marches towards us unchecked.
It really does feel that way, but I don't think we have much of a choice, to be honest. The game is pushing us to go towards the Western Rebellion, and I mean, it might bring us closer to Aryan Road at some point. Jesus Christ, they didn't make it having to choose one option or the other to establish trying to trick the words again. They don't make this easy. Damn. Plain and simple. They don't make this easy. But like, won't we be able to take it back like at some point in the future if that's the case? Like, isn't this supposed to be setting up for us having to retake it personally again? At least for ourselves this time, and actually doing so? I don't even know.
We need to go help Aryan Road. If we don't ride out soon, the fortress could fall.
Now wait just a minute. What becomes of the uprising in the West if we do that? Of course, we can't turn a blind eye to the Empire's attack either. But taking the sword to these insurrectionists must be our top priority.
Indeed. Considering the relative urgencies of both situations, the trouble in the West takes precedence. That said, the thought of Aryan Road falling into her hands is a difficult one to stomach.
Send forth the Knights of Seiros, then. We may be few in number, but even a small force can be all the difference when defending a siege. And given the debt we owe you, the Archbishop will surely not refuse you this favor.
Thank you, Seteth. I'll send an envoy to her at once. Go to Lady Rhea and request reinforcements from the knights at both Arendelle and Aryan Road. Tell her, if Arendelle proves too difficult to pacify, her knights should not hesitate to abandon it. If such an eventuality comes, they're to fall back to Aryan Road and hold the fortress with the others. Understood?
Yes, Your Majesty!
We don't have time to be sitting on our hands either. Let's hurry up and end this rebellion.
Right you are. There's not a moment to waste. We'll begin our war council at once.
I didn't even have to say in this weird convoy has been ambushed by rebels. Hurry to the way to defeat the attackers.
I'd rather push on, but
We need to defend this position for now.
The situation is not in our favor. Let us proceed with caution.
Hear you, Ladding. I'll make short work.
Begin the operation.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Begin the operation.
Jesus fucking Christ.
By my command, march!
Go the fuck away.
Wounds are severe. I have to fall back.
Onward! I could do with some reinforcements.
You can do it yourself. I don't bother me.
We won't lose, no matter what.
Perish.
We cannot allow the battle to continue.
Jesus fucking Christ, go the fuck away! Get out of my sight! Hey, what a league, exhausted of having to do these. Yeah, it's a mandatory one, so I gotta do so.
Looks like that's it for us.
The sweet taste of success. I shall grant you the privilege of my aid.
Too easy.
There's that mercenary flair.
It tastes more bitter than black as coffee.
I was about to say, can you pay us anytime soon? Jeez!
The stronghold's ours.
There we go. Jeez, okay.
Retreat!
I would have thought it was. Okay.
Stage for my debut.
Here it comes! You're done!
I bet my father would have done even better.
Can't hold any more supplies. I get to it. I kinda need to. No, I see two thoughts have changed. At least so much,
Supplies
so.
are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has
I was see if they've changed anything. I've already dispatched Catherine and our finest knights to Army Road. The one leading the kingdom's forces, McClellan, seems a talented man. I am sure he could weather the Empire's assault for the time being. That said, we can ill afford excessive deliberation. We must do such things about this eternal conflict with all possible haste. And considering he moved, I'm gonna bet this is Dimitri. Now it's Sylvain.
Let's see.
There won't be much chance of victory against the Empire's prisoner guard. They'll probably take on their territory before long. The Knight Sailors and my brother's forces are preparing to try and take hold of Fort during the siege. And if they ever have any chance of succeeding, they'll need supporting army, meaning outside reinforcements.
Not good.
I'm still feeling uneasy, even though we're the ones going to help. The Empire is way more soldiers.
You sure?
Well, we do have a small number of troops, but I don't think the difference is insurmountable. The folks we've got covering the siege are the cream of the crop. Plus the king's got access to the hero's relics.
Nuh-uh.
I suppose you're alright about all that, but we'll be perfect to fight the Western nobles after this. That battle will inevitably cost us, and after it's over, we need to keep some troops from the west. I'll try to speak to my father again. He can't hurt to ask.
Let's do this.
It looks like the Swing forces have backed off for now, so I imagine my father will consider sending reinforcements. Probably.
Well? I see.
Come to think
I am someone who came from Elidur territory, and I'm actually explored from a weird pillar in the nearby village. It sounds like gaming possesses a powerful magical weapon. It may be good to send a scout to investigate. Sacred Shield. Ah yes, as opposed to a sacred arrow. Okay, so it seems this contains our second possible battle tactic. Okay. Yeah, this is fine.
Huh? We're starting already?
Don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Out of the way! I've got this. This place won't be a problem anymore.
Shall we? I must succeed.
Here goes.
Let's move. I won't lose. I'll not falter.
Alright. Shout, Spider didn't get the kill, okay. Regardless, that's the second one down.
Oh, this is defeat. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
That should do it.
Nah, I'll be right better. Awesome timing that, Jesus Christ, okay. That's kinda cool.
Don't mind if I do.
Susie, why must there be more?
I am on my way.
Okay.
The stronghold's out. I've got. On to the next one.
You're getting the hang of that power of yours.
Get out of here, base captain. What's going on right now?
You can't let it end like this. Good enough?
You fool! You walked right into that! I don't know why I decided to run into that, you
This
fool!
won't be a problem anymore.
We won't lose, no matter what.
I guess I'm not gonna complete the side mission. Even though I've kinda sorta semi-stopped kinda caring about him. Just kinda.
You're done! This is just the beginning.
That's amazing. You're even stronger than I realized.
Thanks, Mercedes, but you're really padding out the ending. You're really padding it out.
We won. This time.
So what do you mean this time? We always win.